Hello. This is another episode of Atrayo's Oracle on YouTube. Today is Tuesday, October the 25th. I'm Ivan Pozo-Illas, and I'm an Angelic Oracle Imagineer. And in this series of the Jewels of Truth series, which is my now going on 21 years of dialogue with the angels, I do clairvoyant, or I am a clairvoyant, but I do automatic writing, which is channeling through writing, and I do so with the angels. And I do a spiritual wisdom series, which is always inclusive, compassionate, and the angels are trying to always influence me not to condemn anyone, which is kind of hard because we're people. We love to judge and all that junk. So, but it comes across in the writing that I do. Today's video, every month, since I write at Atrayo's Oracle at Google's blog site, I have these videos are sort of like a cross post, but in a video form. And yesterday on my blog site, I did my favorite segment called Jewels of Truth Statements and Favorite Quotes of the Month. I've done a couple of these already here on YouTube. But this month's trio of Jewels of Truth Statements are on the topics of confidence, lovers, and mourning. Mourning as in mourning the death of a loved one, not like morning, afternoon, and evening. They'll be in the series of 1128 through 1130. And these will be showing up in a later volume, in a published volume, I hope, of the Jewels of Truth series. I have 3 books out, again with the same dialogue, and so I guess I'll probably just start right off the bat, since those of you who have seen some of these videos, I could only introduce myself so many times, for at least for the ones that are seeing it for the first time, this series. Okay, I'll read on confidence. This will be 2 paragraphs long, and it's on number 1128. And this is, okay, let me start. In order to guarantee yourself a peaceful mind where all others will panic and be hectic around you, you should be like the eye of the hurricane, centered with a sense of purpose and inner fortitude. So be strong and not act with a weak sense of self-control. For to arrive at a place of magnificent repose, one must surrender all hindrances, be gentle through compassion, but firm with a sense of purpose. The path of an inner fortitude is never easy, but it is worthy of you. Do not concern yourself with trivial matters, for they are mere distractions. Focus only on what is true and of importance, for the rest must be allowed to resolve itself in due time. By seeking certainty in order to replace doubts, just be calm and do not give attention to fear-based thinking and feeling. Always count your blessings as a valid tactic to reassure, for such an act has the power to heal and impress upon you the good all around. Most of all, stand your ground with a firm conviction, and again, become the eye of the hurricane, so the calmness within the storm of life is subsided each time. Amen. And I signed that with my name. Let's see. The next one would be 3 paragraphs. So this one's a bit more lengthy, and it's on the topic of lovers. Number 1129. To be well in life, look for the blessings all around you, and thus so the many blessings will look for you in return. For the lover within seeks to love freely without reservations. Only the dastardly fool will reserve their love for no reason at all, but to stay safe from rejections based upon fear. If you truly love someone else, by loving in moderation until you are ready enough to confess your love to them. To be the lover is to be astutely wise in order to gauge if your desire for your beloved is returned back to you. To love without attachment is the hardest thing ever in life, for sometimes a love must be sincerely surrendered to see if destiny agrees that your beloved is truly meant to be with you and not another. Acceptance of such an emotional truth leads to a greatness of spirit within. For so many become possessive of people and things, draining them of their beautiful grace. No one is meant to be owned. Not even property can be owned forever. It shall change hands many times in life. You may be enthralled with lust and infatuation, but that isn't a lasting love. That is more your human biochemistry at work, and taken to an unhealthy extreme, it is an ugly vice of the flesh. To love like God and the angels is to love responsibly and unconditionally without favoritism towards none. To love in moderation is a godsend in the world, versus those obsessed by love as zealots, always causing great harm to themselves and their beloved partner. Be calm with patience and understanding, which shall yield much wisdom that is gained from the misery of others and perhaps your own. Allow your hearts and minds to rise above petty bickering, for only hateful fools reopen old wounds based out of selfish fears as insecurities. Fools can easily fall into and out of so-called love by their fickle vanity alone. A true noble love stands the test of time, knowing when to yield towards compassion and when to stand firm like the rock of Gibraltar. All pure love is unconditional in scope, very hard to practice when challenged, but when offered it heals the giver and the receiver instantly. Know the difference between true love and shallow, vain love, and you will see the face of God in your combined lives unfolded before thee forevermore. Amen. And that was on lovers. And this last one is on mourning, like the mourning of the passing of a loved one. And this is number 1130. This would be 2 paragraphs long. When the death of a loved one passes from the realm we call mortal life, they are set free from the tribulations of the living here on earth. This does not mean that we should stop loving them in life by forsaking their dignity, by making immoral choices of how we should live after their passing. Your loved ones that cross over shall continue their relationship to you as the years go by. Such a love is constant, like the omnipresence of God, which is beyond time and the distance of space. To be truly loving to yourselves by mourning in grace. Do not fret for the dead. Be more so concerned only for the dying, be it in spirit or with the body. For a broken spirit is useless to everyone involved. Give yourself permission to grieve fully, but not to the point of total destructive misery. The living must be responsible for both the living and the dead in life here in the world. Otherwise, chaos will ensue to no end in sight when loved ones unravel in personal depressing grief and anger. Love truly and live with a sense of awe in your life-long calling, followed by a joyful gratitude. For your loved ones are in paradise, and so should you be here on earth, if you live by the compassionate, inclusive will of God for us all. Amen. And I sign that my name, Ivan Pozo-Illas and Atrayo. I've been using the Atrayo, you could say, handle online or nickname since 1999. And so I do Google on me and you see a lot of my stuff come up. Now I'll read the favorite quotes of the month. These will be 8 of them. I may botch some of the surnames, so this would just be an advance warning. A sacred illness is one that educates us and alters us from the inside out, provides experiences and therefore knowledge that we could not possibly achieve in any other way. Dina Metziger. The next one. There will always be suffering, but we must not suffer over the suffering. And that was by Alan Watts. Where there is a great love, there are always miracles. Willa Cather. Kindness and compassion toward all living things is the mark of a civilized society. And that's by the famous Cesar Chavez. He was an advocate for the Mexican migrant workers here in the States during the 1960s. So he's a very important historical figure for civil rights in America. And the next one, a fellow automatic writer. Honor the tradition, but expand the understanding. That's what religions must do right now if they hope to be helpful to humans in the years ahead. That's by Neil Donald Walsh. I see I messed up a name. The next one. Angels come in many forms. If you are waiting for the white-winged, fluffy, newly laundered ones, you might miss the kick-ass, muddy angels who literally move things along in useful ways. And that was by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I guess I'm one of those muddy earth angels. Let's see. The next one is be a lamp or a lifeboat or a ladder. Help someone's soul heal. Walk out of your house like a shepherd. And that's by the historical and very famous Jalaluddin Rumi. And the last one is from the Bible, New Testament. As you go, proclaim the good news. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Matthew chapter 10, verse 7. And that's about it. I guess hopefully you enjoyed it. If you wish to learn more about me, my website is jewelsoftruth.us, and that's jewelsoftruth.us. This series on YouTube is called Atrayo's Oracle. I also have an Atrayo's Oracle on Facebook as a fan group, so if you want to visit there. And please like this page on YouTube or subscribe, and I appreciate it. And thank you for watching up to this point, and have a good day. Bye-bye.